Thank you very much. Welcome to Good News Week. And the big news? A new global poll has found Australia thinks the world of itself, but the world thinks we're a bit ordinary when it comes to things like business, the environment and culture. Australia? Uncultured? Pig's arse, dickhead! Yeah, basically, we're not as shit hot as we think we are. It's finally happened. We've turned into Americans. It's official. We're up ourselves down under. We're also marked down for the quality of our products, which is unbelievable. I didn't know we still made products. And we failed to make the top 5 in the areas of innovation and technological advancement. Yeah? We have heaps of innovation. We invented the boomerang. We invented dynamic lifter. We probably invented the winged keel. Yeah, you've been reading the paper. The world doesn't know us like we do. All it knows about Australia is that we beat up Indians and laugh at gollywogs. According to the poll, the greatest countries are Canada and Switzerland. Yeah, the 2 most interesting places on Earth. And they're just bursting with creativity. Let's have a look at their flags. The Northern Territory government has got their finger on the pulse. They want to increase the fine on people caught begging for spare change from $130 to $6,500. Particularly if they're really good at it. As a result, many of the beggars in Alice Springs have signs that read, "Need money to pay off begging fine." But the Territory government is unapologetic and says the fines will help fund their annual culling of the homeless. There's one. MPs who support the policy say the beggars are asking for it. Well, of course they are. Of course they're asking for it. They're beggars. That's what they do. A study by the University of New South Wales has found sexually transmitted infections are spreading in Australia. Thanks to UK backpackers. The British are coming. The British are coming. Everywhere. Looks like we're trying to stop the wrong kind of boat people. Most have triple the number of partners they do back home. You know what that is? That's good old-fashioned Aussie hospitality. Another factor is chronic overcrowding in youth hostels. If you roll over in bed, you can have a new partner without even knowing it. What's worse, the backpackers are having unprotected sex with their multiple partners. And some of those partners have been barely unconscious at all. The UK government is now putting stickers on backpacker penises with the warning. English sperm could cause your unborn child. And that's the good news.
It's good news week. Someone from the bottom somewhere, contaminating the atmosphere, blackening the sky. It's good news week. Someone found a way to give the rotting dead a will to live, go on and never die. It's good news week. It's good news week. It's good news week.
Thank you, good evening. Tonight, because television is evil and must be destroyed, the man-made monster, Mikey Robbins.
Hey.
She was the ARIA-winning rock chick up the front end of the Super Jesus. She's had huge success on the UK and US dance charts, and she's back in town with a new single, Tell Your Story Walking, Sarah McLeod. And from The Breakfast Show on ABC 702, the brain that blots out the sun, Adam Spencer. And they're playing fast and loose with the wild thing, Claire Hooper. He's got a new book called Friendly Fire, a new DVD of Willosophy, and a new tour starting in Canberra on Thursday. The really quite popular Will Anderson. And it's her first time on the show, but she's one of the best stand-ups in the country, the Tasmanian Devil, Hannah Gadsby. So are you looking forward to it? First time on the show?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm very excited. Yeah.
Yeah, you seem brimming over with energy at this point.
Yeah. Crazy.
And have you come from anywhere in particular of interest?
I've just returned from the UK, I guess you could say.
And you were touring there?
With Adam Hills.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
Not a lot of chat then in the tour van, I suspect?
No, just kissing.
Does he do that with all the openers or just yourself?
Well, that's how he gets to open them, I guess.
And you're just back from somewhere yourself, Will?
Yeah, I was doing some gigs in the United States of America, but so I haven't heard much of the news back here. But I was doing these gigs and they were going really well, and then my main bit just stopped working. Is there some reason my blackface Jackson 5 tribute isn't... I thought they loved that stuff over there.
Yeah. Well received in LA?
Yeah, that seemed to go pretty well. It was fun. It was good.
You going to go back?
Yeah, I'm going back, but how's it? Because, it's a celebrity city, LA. I went to buy some sunglasses, and the dude, like, $900 these sunglasses were, which, like, that's just too much. Like, I will not buy The guy was like, this guy said to me, he goes, oh, no, you should buy them because Mickey Rourke bought them, and if you buy these, you'll look like Mickey Rourke.
Clearly, Mickey Rourke brought them back.
Yeah, I was going to say, surely wouldn't I just spend $900 on crack, not go to bed for 3 months? Look like Mickey Rourke, you know?
Adam.
Paul.
Adam.
Yes,
It's been a
Paul.
while.
How? Yeah, it has been
been
a
a
while.
long time.
I'm very excited to be back.
And so how's your life been going on ABC Radio?
Recently, we put together a team of soccer players for the Masters Games, the men's 40-plus Premier League Masters Games, 702 United. We won a bronze medal. Thank you very much.
Any chance you might have the medal with you, Adam?
Don't you believe?
Look at me, now that you mention it, I do. It's just here in my back pocket. Look at that. There we go.
Wow, look at that.
You see?
Shameful bronze.
No, bronze is the new gold because it represents achievement but not obsession. We did all right, but we let some other people have some fun as well. Bronze.
I think bronze is good at the Masters Games because it matches with their medical alert bracelets.
I tell you what, we were playing in one match. You know you're at the Masters Games where there's women walking around offering free samples of spray-on arthritis relief spray. You might just want to put that on your joints before you get out there. That's when you're at the Masters Games.
And Sarah, lovely to have you on.
Yes, thank you for having me. It's good to be here. Hello.
And have you just
Hello.
returned from the US as well?
Yeah, I've been living in New York for a year, and London, and beavering around, writing songs, touring, writing songs for other people.
Right.
I did some cool stuff with like 303 and Missy Elliott and some rappers that I'd never heard of. There was always these random rappers.
So that
I'd
seems
never
like a
heard
bit of a jump from the Super Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't really know what I was doing. They would go, okay, quick, lay something down for this. It's got to be rad and do it. You've got 2 seconds.
Do people actually
That's my
say...
interpretation.
Do people actually say faux shizzle, my nizzle and things like that?
Yeah, they do. And I'm always like, yeah, radio. It's good one, mate.
Can I ask a question? When rappers don't care about things, do they genuinely wave their hands in the air?
Yeah, they do that all the time. They don't care about nothing.
Do you want to go Mexican or Italian?
Whatever.
Yeah.
And this is your new single?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
really?
that's me. It's my new single. It's,
got a copy.
Oh, look, everyone's got a copy.
if you want to buy it on iTunes, you can buy it now. Otherwise, the actual EP gets released on November the 6th.
November the 6th.
So if I wanted to take it home and download it illegally and give it to large amounts of my friends...
Go your hardest, everybody else does it.
Excellent.
I stop
Like
now.
the
You can't
attitude.
beat it, man.
Well, shall we get started? Yes? The good, clean fun begins with 7 days and 7 seconds. Teams, are you ready? Let's do it.
Oh, wait, hang on, I've got to write something down. Right.
There you go, there's the first one. Second story coming in there. Third story coming up now. Fourth story. There we go, what's that about? Fifth story coming in. Sixth story coming up on the outside now. It's close, there's a seventh story and it's over. OK, Robin's team with the first story. What was that about?
I think he was the guy that used to drive Thunderbird 4. Or Brendan Nelson, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
Brendan Nelson retiring from the seat of Bradfield. Spent a couple of days in Sydney just out by popular roadsides, just waving, saying thanks so much for the opportunity to have been your boss. He did it on one of the main streets in Sydney, and a bit further up the road there was this massive automobile accident feeding onto the Harbour Bridge. So everyone's in the traffic jam, thinks it's Brendan Nelson who's causing the traffic jam, and they're all winding past going, good, why don't you just go off?
And also, like, he's a pretty good guy. I went motorcycle riding with him once, so, you know...
You went motorcycle riding with our Nelson?
We can't knock a guy who goes motorcycle riding with me.
Faux shizzle my nizzle.
We're motorcycle riding.
Just the idea of Brendan Nelson in leathers, that's just weird.
Yeah, and he sent me this letter. Afterwards, he sent me this letter saying, thanks for the motorcycle ride, you're really cool. Anything you want to do in the future, I'll back you. And then once when I had to go to court, I pulled the letter out. But Brendan Nelson thinks I'm OK, so perhaps, you know, you could let me off.
Hey, when Brendan Nelson's on a motorcycle, because he has that big forehead, does he need a really special helmet?
Marge Simpson, we got photos with him on the back of the bike posing. Yeah, that was weird.
Have you got those photos with you at the moment? I'll give you a...
No, but we can get them online. They're on the net.
That's a big night in with a bottle of wine, I reckon.
Unfortunately, it's on a German site and it gets rather ugly.
The second story.
There's a multiple choice question.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I say
Citizenship test.
They've brought in a new one.
Yeah, they've got rid of the questions about Don Bradman and replaced it with the question of you now have to name how many chicks Warnie has had sex with.
Jeez, I tell you, you have to be constantly updating that.
Yes.
Updating the citizenship test, so it's more about their rights and the culture.
I took a sample one of those.
Did you?
Online, yeah.
How'd you go?
I didn't finish it. Couldn't be bothered. I think I've...
You couldn't be bothered finishing the test? You're in.
That's exactly it.
Third story.
The Afghan elections. Is it just me, or does that Afghan president look like the classic Bond villain?
Yeah.
I mean, he should have a cat.
I think to solve this Afghani election, they should actually just vote like they do on, like, you know, So You Think You Can Dance, and you should just have to text Abdullah too.
Isn't Abdullah the coolest name of any politician in the world?
Being a maths guy, you call him Abdullah squared.
Exactly. Imagine in Australia if you had the choice between voting for Kevin and Malcolm, or Malcolm's about to get knocked off by Jojo. I'd vote for a guy called Jojo.
Yeah.
Jojo's got some mojo. Yo-yo.
Has Abdullah ever met Bang Bang and Boutros? And of course, you all know Duran Duran.
Exactly.
Why are you pointing at me?
Thank you, we're moving on now. Fourth story.
Virginia Trioli was the woman doing this.
Oh, yes.
She was talking to Barnaby Joyce, who, like, to be fair, you know, I would call him a nut bag, but that would be unfair to bags filled with nuts. So the interview's finished. She doesn't know that the camera's still on. She's given it a bit of hey, and then got in trouble. But I think that's great. Wouldn't you love to just see, like, Kevin Rudd banging on the 7:30 report, and then it just goes over to Kerry O'Brien, and he's like.
Why would he be cleaning his teeth?
The fifth story.
Fifth story was the Governor General.
The Governor General, yes indeed.
Yes.
Our beloved Governor General.
She's been shedding staff in record numbers, and people have been worried if maybe it's a bit of a tough gig working for the head of state.
She's a staunch feminist, isn't she?
Women.
Can't live with them. The sixth story.
Who's on the power line?
Shufiti.
Apparently it's, what do you call it?
Shufiti.
Shufiti.
Something about carbon footprint.
people are throwing shoes over power lines, and they say it might be signs of different things, like it might be that there had been drugs being sold there, or it might be that, that people are losing their virginity and that they throw the shoes over. I like the drug one because it's hard enough to get shoes over a power line at the best of times. If you're high, that is fun. All right? Unless you're really high and you thought your shoes were a snake.
It's a warning to amateur tightrope.
I see it as a sign of a really tall barefoot person.
Maybe it's just that when people get trapped on the power lines, they wriggle out of their shoes to escape.
I think
Maybe they're like shoe foam.
Is it that power companies are actually saying, can you not? Because it's interrupting the power supply a little bit. Is
Exactly.
that what-
Energy Australia estimates there's about 2,400 shoes.
That'd be 1,200 pairs.
1,200 pairs.
Hey, Spencer!
The last story I'm going to throw open, the seventh story.
Asylum seekers.
Asylum seekers.
Yeah, it was Kevin Rudd making a deal with the Indonesians to take our asylum seekers because it turns out, and this is a little fact that people might not know, the majority of illegal immigrants who come to Australia don't come on boats, they come smuggled in Bart Cummings' eyebrows. At least part of that was right, wasn't it?
Will you please thank both teams, ladies and gentlemen. The stories were former opposition leader Brendan Nelson farewells. Oh yeah, we've got it sorted out this week. There's going to be no embarrassment this week. Former opposition leader Brendan Nelson farewells his constituents by standing on the Pacific Highway in Sydney with a thank you sign. And that's one for the tourists. How often do you see Australian roadkill holding a sign? And hundreds of motorists return the gesture by pointing out that Brendan will always be number one to them. At least I think that's what they meant. The federal government's new citizenship test comes into effect, meaning you can now know bugger all about Don Bradman and still be an Aussie. Applicants will be asked about their understanding of civic duties and responsibilities and whether they got here by boat. Potential citizens will also have to undertake the quiz on a new TV show talking about your deportation. Afghanistan President Hamid Karzai finally accepts there was massive fraud in the August election and agrees to a runoff. They call it a runoff because that's what people have to do after they've voted in case the Taliban sees them. Karzai lied about everything, even that bit where he claimed the votes disappeared in a giant homemade balloon. ABC presenter Virginia Trioli is forced to apologise after being caught doing the crazy finger twirl during an interview with National Party Senator Barnaby Joyce. Joyce was able to laugh it off, saying, "It's a joke, Joyce. I'm Joyce, so am I." He accepted her apology, saying, "Maybe I am crazy. Maybe this isn't Parliament but an asylum. And if I'm not Barnaby, who am I? And then, who is Barnaby?" The cactus he was asking couldn't answer. It has become a bit now like, hasn't it? It's a story.
If you're the one in the middle,
Yes.
how's Sam the Butcher treating you, Alice?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, look. Oh, no, hang on. Oh, I'm doing a puppet.
Oh, Karzai's your puppet now.
Hello.
Hello.
It's a legitimate election. A legitimate election.
I'm actually growing Brendan Nelson out of the top of my head. It's not a puma.
This is the life, isn't it? In the 13 months Quentin Bryce has been Governor-General, more than 1/3 of her Canberra staff have left, and another third keep walking into doors. Rumour has it she's gone mad without power.
I'm just playing with this. It's funny, hey?
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like
it's
it.
great.
Oh, we should get everyone up there and do that. Yeah, I'll do that one too. About 30 of the Governor-General's 85 staff have gone. Many weren't happy because when they applied for the job of assisting the GG, they thought they'd be working for a horse. Energy Australia estimates this year alone it'll remove more than 2,400 shoes thrown over power lines, a practice known as shoefiti. It's a great way of expressing yourself artistically, particularly if all you've got to express is, "Hey, look, shoes." Some say it indicates a drug dealer nearby, but others believe it's the result of hundreds of furious Muslims hurling their shoes in the general direction of George Bush. And Prime Minister Rudd will... Yes, well, this isn't going to work. Can we slide that one over at all? Can we slide it over in front of Mikey or Claire? Can we get rid of... That's better, isn't it? And Prime Minister Rudd strikes a deal with President Yudhoyono to pay a bounty for every boat or asylum seeker stopped by Indonesian authorities. Let's get rid of them. Oh.
That was the best trick of the day.
Yes, to stop foreigners coming over here and stealing our jobs, we're giving those jobs to Indonesia. The good news is Tourism Australia is now developing an ad campaign in partnership with the Immigration Department. The slogan is, "Where the bloody hell are you? Good, stay there." Yeah. So after one hard line but humane round of Good News Week, the Robins team are on 15 points, the Hooper team 20 points. Coming up, the bold and the beautiful.
It's Good News Week.
During the break, as we doubled Wilson Tucky's medication, both teams were given 3 clues to a recent strange but true story. Robbins, McLeod and Spencer got a clump of hair. Yes.
Shut
Hey, look at that thing.
I think if someone gives you a wolf whistle with that on, that person has serious problems.
Oh, I think that person's blind. You know, if this was the 70s, I could be a Doctor Who monster.
You are a Doctor Who monster.
I'm going to wear that to the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, it's sort of like a fascinator gone mad.
Yes.
I don't know why, but all I can think is Guy Sebastian's pubes.
Did you... Actually, did you hear the amazing thing? I don't need the hat to think that.
It looks to me like you're made of black Play-Doh.
Wasn't he a philosopher?
We also have a hooter.
Oh, sorry, that's my bronze medal from the Masters Games.
We also have a hooter.
Oink, oink.
Oh.
Hooter.
Oh, that really hurt.
5 cougars, thanks. It's not really the same, is it? Right.
And this.
Wait, am I on? Yeah, I am. Am I ready? Whoa, whoa, when my baby smiles at me, I go to Rio, teaching you wrong. I'm a salsa fellow. When my baby smiles at me, the sun will lighten up my life, and I'm free at last. What a blast! Yeah. Check that out.
Wow. Well,
Life is a cabaret, oh chum.
that's great. You've got a deeper voice than him.
Yeah, you should hear me later.
And you're a girl.
I know, funny that.
That would be awkward in a relationship if every time your partner smiled at you, you had to leave the country.
And Hooper, Anderson and Gadsby have a grill.
It's like orthodontic treatment in the 80s.
We also have a bear.
There's a bear in there.
How you feeling, Hannah?
Good.
Oh, you can talk. You actually talk.
Yep.
In there.
So watch it. Read my lips, eh?
I like the bear in the suit too. That's fetching, bear in a suit.
It's like the Bundy Bears going to court. Well, let's face it, that bear is always trying to have sex with our women, and I won't stand for it.
I would.
And we also have this, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, I was asked to sing, but I'm not much of a singer. So I've pre-prepared someone, Paul.
You've pre-prepared someone?
Yeah, he's one of Australia's greatest singer-songwriters. He's got a new album out. It's called Everything Is True. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Paul Dempsey!
Driving in my car, I turn on the radio. say you don't like it, but girl, I know you're a liar. 'Cause when we kiss, fire. Oh, late at night, I'm taking you home. When I say I wanna stay, you say you wanna be alone. You say you don't love me, but you can't hide your desire. 'Cause when we kiss,
How are you, Paul?
I'm very well, thank you, Paul. How are you?
I'm very well.
Can I just say quickly, having heard you sing, Anderson, you made the right decision there.
Are you touring at the moment or just promoting the record?
Just toured with the band and then I'm going to go back out and play by myself like this.
Right. And when you say the band or another band that was in...
Yeah, another band.
How many bands have you got then?
Well, yeah, 2 officially at the moment.
Right, OK.
Yeah.
How many bands have you got, Paul?
They're not quite bands, but there's certainly a couple of people that occasionally I sit around at the house with. And...
Oh.
Hey, Big Ted and Jemima don't count, Paul.
Are you happy with it?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, good.
Go and get it, people. Am I selling it well?
Oh, mate.
I just love the question, are you happy with
I
it?
know.
As if someone was going to go, no, it's shit.
There's always another one.
Well, I've always liked all the artwork you've done for things, you know.
I wish I could take credit for it, but...
Who's done this one for you?
a company called We Buy Your Kids.
All right.
Yes.
Is that Madonna's label?
Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Paul Dempsey. We'll be having more of that strange truth and beauty a little later on, something to look forward to. Now to the game called 1,000 Words. Robin's team, your finest captions for these newsmakers, please.
OK.
Kevin Rudd saying, and then the third high-ranking Treasury official in charge of reviewing the taxation system says... The other guy is saying, someone kill me, please.
I think the headline is, Stranger Interrupts Wedding.
Yeah, I like that one.
I reckon just previous to them taking that photo, Kevin Rudd went, hey, pull my finger.
All I said was it's a chicken sandwich and he poked me in the fucking eye.
Kevin Rudd describes how many refugees he's going to let in this year. 3.
The next one?
Yeah. Oh, I'll say, what you talking about, Obama?
I took the balls and the record shows, I did it my way.
Yeah, nice.
Do I hear $50? Do I hear $50?
I think Obama's going, come on, kid, what do you do if you just don't care?
Shall we try the next one?
Yeah.
You know those hats that they're wearing? They cost $4,000.
We just found out.
I know.
And the other fella wants the hat, is that right?
Give me that bloody hat.
It's the annual Jerusalem running of the bacon sandwich.
I'll go there.
Hooper team, your 1,000 words begins with this happy breed.
All right, everyone, do your orgasm face.
See, you can't do the Jackson 5 without blackface.
I think it looks looks like somebody spiked the Star Frame coffee with Viagra and it's kicked in all at the same time.
What's this one about?
It's an example of the STIs the English are exporting.
Hey, what about if you think this is big, you should see the python in my pants. Ladies.
Wow.
The last one, Silvio Berlusconi. Captions.
What?
That's why I prefer to sleep with women.
That's why I prefer to sleep with women.
That's it, let's wrap it up. Go to Gadsby, ladies and gentlemen. Our favourite pervy Prime Minister is taking his media control of the world, setting up a task force to monitor foreign journalists and bombard them with good news about Italy. The plan was announced by Tourism Minister Michela Brambilla, who said the shameful attacks on Silvio had damaged Italian exports. Apparently, he dented a block of parmesan while having sex on it with a stripper.
Hang on, could you say that again? Because I got to give that a go.
That's really hard to do because parmesan is a hard cheese.
It's a hard
It's
cheese.
not a soft cheese.
I thought it would have worked better, the whole joke with the blue vein cheese, but we didn't go there. But distracting the public from allegations of corruption and sleaze with nice happy stories is the oldest trick in the book. Unless you're an Italian prostitute, in which case the oldest trick in your book is probably Berlusconi. Very funny, very droll. Over there now, 30 points. Over there, 35 points. Coming up, the clash of the Titans.
It's Good News Week. It's Good News Week.
And now, clash of the Titans. Adam Spencer and Will Anderson out the front.
Hey, Spencer, don't forget, mate, you're a bronze man. Bronze, yeah.
Yeah, wear that.
Yeah, well,
He's a bronze man, yeah.
Wow, you are the world's whitest rapper.
The gentlemen will do battle on the field of current affairs. First in with the buzzer gets the points. And remember, your names are your buzzers. Shall we check them? Adam.
Can I just, before I do that...
Longer than I remember your name being.
Is it... Do I... Because I've got a two-syllable name, Adam. He's got Will, which is unfair. So do I buzz in when I say ah, or is it when I complete my name? I just want to lay out the ground rules before we start the quiz.
I think it's what you buzz in when you say ah.
So ah, okay.
If you want to just be ah.
Adam...
People seem to have a lot of problem with this part of the show, with the buzzing in with their names.
I'll be Adam Barrington Spencer, then.
I'm happy with Will.
Okay. Shall we check those?
Particularly if, like, you know, the answer is something like Wilson Tucky, because then I'm already halfway there.
Shall we check
strictly, you'd be a quarter of the way there, because Wilson Tucky. And in fact, that's interesting, because you spell your name Will, which is 3 letters, so it is exactly. You've got Will, W-A-L, then Son, T-U-C-K-E-Y. You're literally exactly 1/4 of the way there when you say Will, but the answer is Wilson Tucky.
And that was also a demonstration of why Adam didn't lose his virginity till his 20s.
Hey, guys, is this why you guys don't work together anymore?
Okay, so...
When you say 20s,
geez.
I want to point out, we're talking early 20s here, not... Well, mid-20s, not late 20s. Mid-late 20s, not my 30s.
It's frightening. It's like Akmal with a brain.
Come on! Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
But the good news is this will actually remind you of when you lost your virginity because you'll be calling out your own name.
All
right, man.
And the really bizarre thing was, because there were
I'm
only...
going to have a bit of a toilet break.
There were only 2 people there, me and the woman concerned, and yet I got a bronze medal. How could I come third? Bizarre.
Oh, mate, you came first that night.
Clearly two fellas that know a bit too much about each other. OK, 5 minutes in, we're still waiting to check those buzzers. Can we check the buzzers?
Adam Barrington Spencer.
Will.
OK. Who is the Federal Minister for Immigration?
Adam Barrington Spencer.
Yes.
Chris Evans.
Now, isn't it Doc Neeson? Because when they come over here, we go, are we ever going to see your face again? No way, get fuck off.
I'm going to give it to Barrington. But, you know, it is a bit of a trick with people who do lots of quizzes and game shows to get their name out first and then have a lot of thinking time. So I might have to limit your thinking time after you buzz in with your name, which you seem to get really well.
No trouble.
And then there was a long pause before you actually said the answer.
Cool.
I promise not to think at all.
Which female tennis player is ranked number
Will.
13?
I'm not thinking, I promise. Sam Stosur.
Thank you very much. Oh. I know you can feel it out there, but the energy here is extraordinary. There's suddenly a competitive atmosphere. After the first question, I thought Adam Barrington Spencer was just going to cruise it in, but now we've got a real clash of the titans here, which is very exciting. By what name is Stephanie, Joanne,
Will.
Angelina?
Lady Gaga.
Thank you.
I want them to bring out a rock and roll Guess Who. You know that board game Guess Who with rock and roll people? Because that'd be a really cool game, right? And then you could be like, do you have breasts? Yes. Click, 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 click. Do you have a penis? Yes. Click, 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 click. Are you Lady Gaga? No, I'm Meatloaf.
Who are Ignatius, Adelaide and Xavier?
Adam Barrington Spencer.
We're going to have to get that buzzer seen too.
They're the children of Joe Hockey.
Thank you. Do you have it? Be kind.
That was true. Technically not anymore. He just sold them on Buy My Baby.
Tell you a true story about Joe Hockey. I was at school with Joe Hockey, and we had a cadet unit thing at school, and Joe Hockey was in charge of my cadet troop. So when I was in year 10 at school, if we had been invaded by, say, the neighbouring girls' Catholic boarding school, I would have followed Joe Hockey bravely into battle.
Wow. Yeah.
When I was in year 10, I would have given anything for us to be invaded by the neighbouring girls' Catholic boarding school, but it never happened.
Oh, it would have saved you waiting 20 years.
Shut up!
And that's a terrible tragedy with true stories. Sometimes they're just not interesting. Who won the 2008...
Will. Fuck.
I'm going to complete that. Will fuck for money. No?
No. I don't know what the question is.
Adam Barrington Spencer.
Yes.
Are you going to go there?
Yeah, I'm in.
What? Who won the 2008?
Because, well...
He heard the next word.
I heard Paul start to say, "Buh," as you were swearing.
Oh,
I'm guessing you're going Brownlow medal, and
Yes.
being a medalist myself... that'd be Jimmy Bartell.
Oh, no.
Shit!
I think you should know this, should you?
2008 Brownlow medalist was none other than Adam Cooney from the Western Bulldogs.
Yeah, sadly you didn't buzz in again.
Oh.
Adam Barrington Spencer! Adam Barrington Spencer! I think you'll find it was Adam Cooney from the Western Bulldogs.
Thank you very much, you know how.
Why do I have to buzz in again? Doesn't my original buzz count? I didn't say anything. Like I can't. Well, my original buzz should count. My buzz up the air, right?
I think Paul had made it clear with his sub-ruling under item 1 after my first answer that there was a limited period of time after first buzz in before an answer had to be given. Clearly that period of time had expired by the time that you then attempted to give your second answer, which was my answer, Adam Cooney, Western Bulldogs.
The other thing that I found slightly disconcerting was that you did hit the lectern 4 times as if it were a buzzer. Without saying your name. Thank you.
Mine's not working!
Which is also what Adam said until he's mid-20s.
I'm going to give you 5 points for that. We're going to move on. Oh, it's always thrilling Clash of the Titans. Which state opposition leader wants to prove a point by being shot with a taser? Yes.
South Australia.
Yes?
Yeah, which state? Oh, that was the question. Which state?
Which state opposition leader?
Yeah, which state? The South Australia, isn't it? I answered that question. Which state? South Australia.
Which state opposition leader?
Yeah.
Adam Barrington Spencer is great. She said she wants cops to have tasers. She's willing to take one herself before the next election. She said, I've had 3 kids. How much could it hurt? Isabel Redmond.
Thank you very much, Fifey. I'm going to give you 2 points for getting South Australia.
Cheers. I should wait for the whole question to come out.
It's more thrilling when you don't. Who plays the title role in Guy Ritchie's new movie of Sherlock Holmes?
Robert Downey Jr.
Thank you. On this day in...
Will! All yours, mate.
Now, the mind games have started. The mind games have started.
That's weird because that's what you called out the second time you had... Shut up! I'm not even not sure what the point I'm making there.
So, do you have an answer?
No, that's why I said his name. My buzzer is Adam Barrington Spencer. Me shouting Will is not a buzz. That's clearly, in the rules that you elaborated at the beginning of the game, me shouting Will does not in any way constitute an attempt to answer any questions, so please continue to ask the question.
When you play Trivial Pursuit, does anyone actually finish the game with you? Or...
When he plays Trivial Pursuit, he's alone.
On this day, in 1965, which group of 4 young men allegedly did naughty things in Buckingham Palace? Yes.
That would be the Beatles who like smoked a joint or something when they were getting their OBE.
Yes.
OBS.
MBS. There were calls this week for a posthumous pardon for 2 soldiers executed during the Boer War. Breaker Morant is one. Who is the other?
Adam Barrington Spencer.
I don't think it was, no. Oh, sorry.
I've seen the movie. Brian Brown.
He had an amusing... Will! I tried to remember this during the week. It's foot penis, Hancock. His name's Hancock. Something Hancock.
Thank you. Do you remember the first name?
Hancock.
Adam Barrington Spencer. It was Herbie Hancock, the American avant-garde jazz musician.
Peter Hancock.
Oh, there you go.
I'll give it to you. And the last question. Which American singer has 2 sons called David and Rocco?
Will. Madonna.
Thank you very much. Man.
Can I just clarify, if I want to protest any of his answers in the future, how long do I have for my legal team to lodge our formal applications to have any of those questions reviewed?
About 14 seconds. At the end of that, ladies and gentlemen...
That's what someone said the 3rd time I had...
Oh, no! You've dropped your bronze.
It's all right, I love you. It's all right.
The one thing that's never been said after you had said...
Please thank Adam Spencer and Will Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. Over. An upstairs neighbour is suing Madonna in the New York Supreme Court because the singer is using her apartment as a rehearsal space. Madge has been playing loud music, stomping and shaking walls for up to 3 hours every day. And quite frankly, the residents are sick of hearing her granny flange scraping against those leotards.
I'm sorry, but...
Her granny flange scraping against those leotards.
Is it... character from Great Expectations. Hello, I'm Granny Flange.
Complaints about the noise were first made over a year ago as Madge prepared for her sticky and sweet tour. But it's even worse for the upcoming crusty and sour shows. To my right now, 50 points. To my left, 67 points. After the break, hotspot.
It's good news week.
This is Hotspot, where the big questions about the news of the week meet some of Australia's finest entertainers and their mates. Robin's team, are you ready?
You bet, baby doll.
Gung-ho. How can Australia make the rest of the world like it again?
Kick the shit out of New Zealand.
Root upon bugger the STDs.
We're already doing that.
Or bugger upon, therefore rooting the STDs.
Oh, wait. Put more movement back in Nicole Kidman's face.
We could study maps so that we actually know where the bloody hell people are.
Hannah Gadsby, I noticed that you're standing back there looking a bit...
Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do.
How do you know your online romance is a scam? Anybody, rush forward.
Is there something you want to tell me, Paul? I'll send the check.
Send the check.
They respond.
You find out what Granny Flange actually means.
You're online all night, and at the end, the only thing that's gone down on you is Windows Vista.
What should the Northern Territory do with its beggars?
Give him an ice cream container. No more beggar. Hello, busker.
Paint them silver.
Statues. Yeah,
You got it.
I like it.
The only thing that would have made that joke better is if you told it and then stood there and wouldn't move until we gave you cash.
I just think it would be amazing if just one day, like if you won lotto or something and you could just go up to a beggar. And like when they asked you, you gave them some money and then you go, do you want some more? And then they go, yep, and then you give them some more and you go, more? And you just see how long it took for them to stop saying more. That would be interesting.
I'm so glad you're not Bill Gates.
I would totally do that, but with strippers.
Why would you give strippers to beggars?
I'm not sure, but they'd be happy about it.
How do we stop randy, infectious British backpackers?
Tell them to use condoms that they bought from their own country instead of ours, which may be too big.
Hannah Gadsby! Love her. What's an appropriate penalty for Virginia Trioli?
Oh, wait. Granny Flange. Maybe she's already got it.
Stop it, you're gorgeous, stop. If we can't stop asylum seekers, what should we do with them all?
It's a massive reality show. Like, we vote them in one at a time. But in order to vote one in, we have to pick an Australian that we're really sick of and vote him out.
Barnaby Joyce. Cage monkey knife fight.
Okay, so everyone's worried about this boatload of asylum seekers coming to Australia, and everyone's also worried about that 16-year-old chick sailing around the world by herself.
Wouldn't that be great if she arrives back having done circumnavigated the globe, world record, solo, 16 years old. Actually, I've brought a couple of friends with you. Come on, look at out here. Come on out here. Come on out here. Get all 85 of you. Come on, guys.
Sink the boat out from shore, time them swinging and keeping the ones who have world record times.
Will's right, but then, you know, like the others, we should at least see if they can play good cricket before we send them away.
We put them in detention centres with really high bars, but we give them each a pole. Whoever makes it over, you're in.
We put him in detention centres with really high fences, and it's 6 and you're out. And straight into the team, batting at number 5. Oh, but I felt good about that too. I thought I really had one there.
Which is actually the thing Adam said after the...
That's it. It's all over. Give them a big round of applause. Praise the crew is next.
The 2009 G&W Awards will be presented on November 23rd and we want your votes.
This week we're in the world of politics and the nominees are...
Prime Minister Kevin Rudd for his $42 billion stimulus package, the largest handout in Australian history. A lot of people got pink bats they didn't need. A lot of schools got buildings they didn't need. A lot of Aboriginal people got nothing. And we all got a deficit that made our package look tiny.
Hamid Karzai and the Afghani government for services to vote rigging, which reached its zenith with the news the electoral roll in Kandahar contained Britney Jamila Spears.
Zimbabwe President Robert Mugabe for somehow making it to 85 and not being a severed head on a stick. As his Reserve Bank tried to keep up with inflation by printing a $100 trillion note. Mugabe then sent out a birthday party wish list asking for 200 bottles of French champagne, 8,000 lobsters, 4,000 portions of caviar, 3,000 ducks and more. It takes me back.
And a former Howard government who thought a siesta-loving, taco-sucking amigo called Sol Trujillo was the right man to run Telstra. $31 million later, Sol pissed off back to his mud hut, stopping only to call us racist and backward. Can you believe it?
Go to the website 10.com.au/GNW and vote for your favourite.
And don't forget, November 23, our last show of the year, the 2009 G&W Awards. It could be good, seriously. Time to peer into the darkness that is strange but true. Mikey, Sarah, Adam, you had the hair.
Hello, I'm Philip the Gay Hedgehog.
We also have the hooter. Oh, that's disconcerting.
That hooter's getting louder by the minute.
I just crapped out a meal I had in the 70s.
And finally, this.
Okay.
Whoa, when my baby smiles at me, I feel like Tarzan of the jungle, down in the hot sand, and in the bungalow where monkeys play a buffer, we make a lover, yeah. Break it down, people. Woo!
that dude?
Sarah McLeod, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, jacket brought master of none.
And something really freaky.
It's nothing like the feeling of bronze on skin.
It's like the world's lamest Mardi Gras float.
So, do we have an answer?
Well, I did the show a long time ago, and I'm doing the show again now, and things have changed in that time, including you can now get the internet on your phone. I'm going to make a confession. I've got no idea what this story is about.
Right.
So I did actually, while we were doing some other stuff, quickly search on my phone, and I put in hair.
You cheated.
Hooter.
Yeah.
I didn't go for Rio, I couldn't think of anything, so I went for Brazil. If you search on the internet for hair, Hooter, Brazil, your phone will melt down. You don't want to see some of the stuff that is in here.
Well, actually, because when you think Hooter, you may be thinking like Hooters as in the well-known restaurant chain. I use that word very loosely.
Have you done it? You
What?
look like you've done it.
What, Hooters?
No, the answer.
That's what I'm getting to. And
You've done it, didn't you?
Yes, I've done it.
Were you a guinea pig to do it to see if...
No, I did it for personal reasons. When we say this is embarrassing.
No, it looks good.
Thank you.
I'm going to do it too.
Please. We should do it together later.
Yeah.
Maybe we should find out what you're actually doing.
Well, there's another reason for Hooter, and Hooters is nose. And there's a story in the paper this week that the latest thing is for nostril hair is to actually have a Brazilian in your nose. Week before the show, my wife said, "You're not going on air with those eyebrows." Oh, God, this is embarrassing. With those eyebrows and that nostril hair. So she sent me along to the place where she gets her eyebrows waxed, and that was fine. So I go in and I say, "Can I have my eyebrows waxed and a nostril hair trim?" And she goes, "Oh, no. Wax on nose." And
What happened to your wife's voice?
I decided to make it Japanese, just for the fun of it. This lovely young Japanese woman, put a hot waxer up my nose, and...
You've had a nasal Brazilian.
I've had a nasal...
Yeah, look how good it looks though.
You know what? And I do find this kind of sexy.
Yeah.
I can't stop touching.
I find it kind of sexy too.
Hey, baby dolls.
So gonna get
one. Look, seriously, God almighty. If I have to hear one more woman whine on again about childbirth...
Have you had a Brazilian anywhere else?
What do you think, I am weird?
Well, I'm just wondering how it compares, like pain threshold-wise.
Have you?
Yeah.
Me, I love them. I'm a big fan. Get rid of it. You've been doing it. Oh, hang on, you've got stubble. Shut up.
A tragedy, because that's the truth. Yes, the Nostril Brazilian is the very latest thing in hair removal. A clump of soft wax is inserted into the nostril, left to dry, and then yanked out. Whack. It's then presented to the customer as a personalised hairy candle that they can take home and use to brighten up their house. Most people like the full Brazilian, but some prefer to leave a provocative little tuft in each nostril. The trend began, like many, in the US as Lindsay Lohan was photographed getting out of a limo. Her nostrils flared momentarily, revealing a smooth, hairless cavity. Don't go away. More Strange But True coming up.
It's Good News Week. It's Good News Week.
Strange But True Part 2. Claire, Will, Hannah, your clues were the grill.
So it's
The grill.
Cost cutting on detention centres. Just have to hold their own bit.
We also have the bear. Oh.
All that fun out there and I'm stuck in here.
it's the Bundy that made me do it.
And finally, we have this.
He's one of Australia's finest singer-songwriters. He's just been nominated for an ARIA. His new album, Everything Is True, is out in shops now. Do yourself a favour, it should be #1. Now please welcome Paul Dempsey!
I'm driving in my car, I turn on the radio, I'm pulling you close, you just say no. fight, I couldn't tear it apart. My nerves all jumping, acting like a fool. Well, your kisses burn, but your heart stays cool. Romeo and Juliet, Samson and Delilah. Oh, baby, you can bear their love they did not deny. Well, your words say split, but your words they lie. 'Cause when we kiss, ooh, fire, fire, fire.
Oh, Dempsey. Beautiful. Was it hot inside the bear head?
No, hotter than usual, Paul.
Does anyone have an answer to this?
Yeah, look, I think we do know what this one is. The bear, I do actually think might symbolise the Bundy bear drinking.
Yep.
The jail, the sort of cage, the grill, I
Paddy
guess,
wagon.
is a paddy wagon. That's right. Yeah. And this is a story, and the Bruce Springsteen song is obviously about romantic liaisons that happen in a car. I think there's a story from the Northern Territory where a couple got arrested and they got thrown into the back of the paddy van, and obviously something about, you know, the handcuffs, the being in the back of a divvy van.
She was begging for it.
She was.
Yeah.
They suddenly, you know, your pants will be taken down and used in evidence against you. Blow into this bag. Already did. No, they apparently, if the divvy van is rocking, don't come a knocking. They started doing it in the back of the police van as they were being taken off to.
Yes.
To prison.
Yeah,
That's
I
right, right?
remember it now.
Am I
Yep,
right?
yep.
Is that- this came off the back of there was two Northern Territory sex stories, because there's the other one where that woman allegedly had been, you know, performing a sexual act on that guy when he was driving, and then, then he crashed, and she claimed that she couldn't have, because she had the seatbelt mark across her, and how could she have been doing it if she had the seatbelt on and thing? But she had,
a lovely photo of her too, showing the bruise with the beer and the ciggy.
but she had $5 down her top, and the police thought that she might have been working. And her quote in the newspaper article was the best quote of all time. She goes, "Mate, $5. It's a bit cheap for a bloody head job."
She was just begging.
So eventually when they roll out Law and Order Australia, that'll be that.
Let's do it in the back of the van. Dong dong.
And that's the sound it makes. I'm with
You
Will.
agree with the rest of your team?
I'm with Will. It's the guys that got busy in the back of the police van.
Yeah.
Is that it?
It's the truth. It's the truth. It happened. It happened. Yes, in the Northern Territory, a couple who'd been arrested were sprung having sex in the back of a paddy wagon while being driven to the police station. Bringing back some memories, is it? You're going down in the back of a divvy van. Lovely. Well, they did say they'd come quietly. You'll never believe it, but the couple were arrested for being drunk. No, really. But it was just a quickie. After all, the sign did say speed hump. The arresting officers said they had no idea about the prisoners' randy behaviour. They were too busy in the front seat getting it on. If you do see a couple having sex in the back of a paddy wagon, please dial 000. Stay tuned, Root Rages. Fast Money is next. Here we go, the game all the Indonesians love, Kevin Rudd's Fast Money.
Okay, hey, this has got nothing to do with it, but I used to...
Hey, surprise me.
Wait, I used to be in a band with a guy called Stuart Rudd, and his last name was Ruddy, and every time we'd check into hotels, they'd say, "What's your name?" He'd look at their like Hooters and go, "Are you Double D?" Do you reckon that's what Ruddy does when he checks into hotels? A U-double-D? It's got nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it just reminded me when you said Ruddy. Anyway, yeah, go on. Who'da?
In Yorkshire, a hypnotist claims he can use his mind power to make something bigger. What is it?
Actually, no. Say what you said before. Yeah, boobs, double D. See,
U-double-D.
Oh, you did. He can make you double D. I'm sorry, anyone who's going to a hypnotist to have their breast enlarged is asking for trouble.
At least that way, when you get sleepy, you've got something to fall asleep on.
In Pennsylvania, they have it right, and that would be good if they shut up now. In Pennsylvania, police have arrested a man described as a real pothead. How did he get his name?
Sir.
Yes. I love it when you put your hand up.
He's in the magic faraway tree. Oh no, it's Saucepan Man, isn't it?
It was sticking to his forehead because apparently it's a really common place to hide your stash, like in the band of your cap, so he'd put his cap on. And apparently they caught him looking into the cap, kind of confused with it stuck to his head. Awesome.
He's right. OK, the last one we're going to throw open. In Germany, a train passenger caught travelling without a ticket ran into trouble after mooning railway staff.
His pants got stuck on the train and he got dragged along by his ass.
Was he hurt?
No, he loved it. He's German, for God's sake. They invented that sort of shit.
I'm going to give them 5 points each at the end of the round. Beautiful. So, in the clinic tonight, Mikey Robbins, Sarah McLeod and Adam Spencer scored a rash 110 points. Scratched by Claire Hooper, Will Anderson and Hannah Gadsby on 132 points. Don't forget to visit 10.com.au/GNW to vote for our big finale, the 2009 awards. You can also get the podcast, go behind the scenes and ask Hannah to come over, as long as she brings the head.
Ladies, that was worth
It's
it.
outrageously sexy. So we say farewell to the lanky yank and leave you with the good news for the week ahead. Crown Limited will hold its annual general meeting in the back seat of James Packer's Barina. Saturday's Halloween, the day Philip Ruddock walks the earth. It'll be 30 years since China introduced the one-child policy, and on Sunday, he'll be having a very lonely birthday party. In Sydney, it's the World Dog Games. Unfortunately, once you're there, you have to stay. Stay. Good boy. Aww. They're the best games in the world. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And Melbourne will host the Digital Entertainment Expo. Discover new ways of entertaining yourself with just one digit. Good night.